Okay, so today I would like to give you a brief introduction of the code generator of MegaWin M0 series. Okay, so currently we support the 2 module for current version. That's the very frequently used for the customer. They will need to do the initialization for each project. So we decide to support these 2 modules in the first version. So this 2 version will be clock setting CSC module and the GPIO module to use the CoGen environment for the code initialization. And the project built by the CoGen will also include the standard wizard that can give the user to make the chip initialization with the wizard menu. That wizard we just introduced in the previous session. Okay. So the version of the CoGen will be v1.0.0.5. So the download path you can find the download path on our website, and to download the develop kit. And the CoGen currently we are using the wizard, the package MegaWin package version will be used. The PDSC package version will be 2.0.5. Okay, this is the support in the CoGen. Okay. Of course, we are keep going to update our CoGen, our wizard version. So we will let you know how to combine the different version of the CoGen and the wizard. So there will be no problem to combine with that these 2 kind of version. So to start a new project by the CoGen, we support 2 methods to create a new project. So first is by the MCU list. This is the initial UI interface. So within this interface, you can find the new project area, and you can choose the MCU list to use the MCU list to create a new project. And after you select MCU to create a new project, you can find the UI will provide a different option filter to help you to find the MCU you want. For example, this is the part number search. You can direct type the part number in this area, then you can get the result in this window. And then you can choose the code, okay, to select all the different MCU, and you also can use the series like a general purpose MCU or the USB MCU, okay, and you can also find the different product line in this area, okay. So this is the package. So list all the package option here. So you can check what you need. Then it will help to fill up in this area. And we also provide the I/O pin count, so you can make the range of the I/O pin count. Okay, so here will be the SRAM and the flash size. Okay, and the CPU frequency. Okay, and the peripheral module already embedded in that MCU that you can use this filter. Okay, and this is also the peripheral filter. Okay, so for example, if we chose the MG32F0U MCU line, then it will have two items, four MCU items here. So you can find what you want, and to double click. You can, if you want to find the detail, then you can see the features here, and part number is here, description is here, and you also can use the block diagram to check the internal detail modules. Okay, by the drawing, and you can also find some online resources, so data sheet, user guide, and some other documents or tools in this area. And then after you decide to use this item, then you just double click on the part number to edit the target MCU. So after you double click on the part number, it will change the window to the this area. So in this window, it has the several basic function for the view side. Okay, so you can zoom in, zoom out. Okay, and you also can rotate, do the rotation if you want to, because some user is used to use the other angle of the MCU, so they can just do the rotation to view the pin count. And when the pin has been selected, then it will display in red color. Okay, so next one is the GPIO module configuration introduction. So you can just left click on the pin, then it will show the ASF, which means the different function of this pin already embedded in this pin. Okay, so it will very easy to do it. And then after you click, you have select this pin function. This pin will go into green, and because you select the SPI as function, so here it will get SPI function description in here. Okay, so you can do the you can do the modification detail setting in this area for the SPI. Okay, another example is you can change the PA8 to the I2C. Okay, so after you select I2C, it will pop up the I2C menu to give you to do the modification. Okay, and this will show that all the GPIO in this area. And next one is the clock setting configuration. Okay, the CSC module default, it will use the IHRCO, internal IHRCO, and if you want to use the external crystal, then you can enable here. And if you want to get the higher frequencies, then you can use the internal PLL enable by here. And user can use the mouse wheel to zoom in and zoom out. You just put the mouse indicator on the drawing, then you can scroll the wheel to zoom in or zoom out. And you also user can operate in the combo box, text box, and the option button. So this is the text box. So you can input the frequency of the, for example, if you use the external frequency, input frequency, you just input to to input the frequency number in this area, and then it will automatic to calculate the result for the output in this area. Okay. So for this 4 item, you can do the inversion setting. For example, if you are using the IHRCO 12 megahertz as the clock source, then you can set the frequency you want. For example, 48. Then it will automatically help you to choose all the path setting. Okay, to get the result. But if your target frequency, output frequency is not suitable to calculate, then the UI will give you the suggestion to make the user design. They want to use that output frequencies, or he can change the input frequencies. Okay, so here will be enable the PLL to get the higher clock. Okay, when you enable it, then it will show it is enabled. Okay. So you can get a higher clock for the output. And this is the internal clock output. Okay. So for example, if you want to have the internal clock to measure the internal clock frequencies, or you can use the internal frequencies to as the clock source for the other device. Then you can select the button in the mux. Okay, you have the several different kind of the clock source can be choice, and then use the output enable to output the internal frequencies. Okay, this is the after the enable, it will show this drawing. Okay, so you can set more detail because internal frequencies will be output here. Okay, so the GPIO setting setting page will pop up the CSC to give you to choose all the IO settings. And the next one is the peripheral clock configuration. So because we have the many peripheral embedded in our MCU, so we provide the list that can give you the option to check to enable the clock source for the different module. Okay, so this is important. You need to choose in the default. We enable all the clock source for each module, because MCU itself also have another enable disable module option to give the customer to enable that module or disable that module to save the power. But if you are not enable the clock source for example, for the RTC, then even you enable the RTC in your code, the RTC will not running. So this is important to the on-mode check. So the clock source and the sleep mode option and the stop mode option. So you need to give the clock source for each module you want. So please remember to do this. So after the CSC setting, then you just go to the project manager. So you can decide the project name you want, and the project location you can select by your own. So the location, the tool chain folder location will be automatic generate in this area. Okay. Okay, so another one is the another option is the user code. You can keep the user code for the after the CoGen generate the code. You can type your own code, but when you want to use the CoGen to rebuild the code, then all the code will be replaced and by the new generate project code. So if you want to keep the
your own code to not remove by the new code, then you can keep all the user code in this area, and this is start from this area. This user code area is start from this define and end with this define. So within the user code begin 1 and user code end 1. Within this area, that the user code will not remove when you want to use the CoGen to regenerate the project. Okay. Yeah. So another one is the another way to start the project. So you can use the ng board option. This kind of like a evaluation board list. Okay, when you choose this option, then you also can have the filter to select all the board option. For example, you want to BLE or ARDA or some other function, then you can check by here. Then you will go to you will show the option for your reference, and then you also can find the picture in this area. Okay, and after that you can it is the same way to double click the part number of the PCBA. Okay, so because this is the demo board, so we already have presetting of the GPIO and the CSC to help you to start to speed up the code development. So you just need to change all other function if you want to test other function. Okay, and this is the CSC we already set in the board configuration and the peripheral configuration. Okay, and to create a project is all the same way. Okay, after you use the CoGen to generate a new project, then you can use the CAL to do the developer with that project. Okay, you just go to the folder you just assign by yourself, by your own. For example, here. Here. Okay, this is the folder you set. So after you open the project with the care, so you will find the here will be the list created by the CoGen, and we also copy all the driver wizard into this project. Okay. So you need to select the PDSC version. If you already installed the latest or the newer PDSC version, then you need to return back to 2.0.5 to fit the CoGen generator. Okay, and you can use the same way to build all
build the project. And as I mentioned, our CoGen will embed it, because currently we provide the CSC and the GPIO in the CoGen. So for the rest of the module, is under CoGen version is under developing. So before the new version release, so you can use the wizard to create to set the all the feature initialization. Okay, it is the same way as I mentioned in previous session. Okay, so if you use the CoGen to build the project, so as I mentioned, if you after you use the KL to open the project and you edit all the wizard setting, other wizard setting, then you want to use the CoGen to regenerate to reopen the project. That all the wizard setting will not get back to the CoGen. So after you use the CoGen, the new project regenerate by the CoGen again, then all the wizard setting will be gone. Okay, so if in this way we provide another way to the new project, then you can create the new project from the CoGen, and then use the wizard and other module to implement all initialization for the applications. So to prevent the wizard setting, okay, let me explain later. So the CSC initialization wizard, after you use the CoGen, you can find all the setting has been set by the CoGen in the wizard page. Okay, and another one is the GPIO. You can also find the all the setting was set by the CoGen. Okay, so for example, this is not enabled because the CoGen is not applied to the EXIC module yet. Okay, so you need to use to ask a user to set all the setting by their own. Okay, another one is want to mention because start from the KL micro version v5.37, it will only support ARM compiler version 6 here, but with a CoGen project or our currently wizard and driver version is suitable for the version 5. So in this case, if your macrovision is updated to the 5.37 or later version, then you need to use the AC file like warning label in the C++ page. You need to set to the AC file like warning. So to prevent any warning or any problem. So because we will keep going to update our wizard version in the future, so some of customer who want to use the latest version to develop their project. So if they want to use the CoGen with the new wizard version, then you can follow the following step. The step one is to create a new project by the KL Macrovision, and then you can update the PDSC to the latest version, and then you can you need to copy the CSC initial .h and the GPIO underscore initial .h which created by the CoGen project. You find these two files and then to copy to the project location, which created by the new wizard version. Okay, and then you can, after that, you can ready to use the latest wizard. Okay, let me show you the CoGen environment here. So this is the CoGen UI interface. Okay, so let us do it in the beginning. Start from beginning. Okay, this icon is the CoGen. When you open it, and you can find the new project, start from MCU or start from the board. So when we use the start from the MCU, then you can find the filter option here. Okay, so for example, you want to limit the IO to 40, 44, then it will fill out the IO is less than the 44 to show all the parts. Then you can click on it, what kind of device you want to use. Then here is the major function, major feature, and this is the broad diagram. And this is the document. Okay, so after we choose this item, then you can see the UI interface. Okay, you just scroll the mouse wheel to do the zoom in, zoom out, and you can left click to choose the ASF. So as I mentioned, you don't have any function here, but after you select the I2C, then you will get the I2C item. Okay, and you can click on the pin, then you can set all the function here. For example, the
because we use the I2C, so we want to use the open drain. And maybe on the bus, they don't have the pull-out resistor. So I want to use the pull-out resistor enable here. Okay. And I also want to select another function like a UR here. Okay. Then you will find the UR function. All right, to set all the configuration you want. And after that, you are going to the CSC. So you can find the red cross when you enable internal here. Okay, here will be changed. And if you want to use the crystal, then the crystal will be enabled. And here will be the input frequencies. Okay, and here is some option you can select for the max option. Okay, so for this, if you want to use the IHRCO internal oscillator, then you can select here for the CKHS. Then you can also enable the PLL. Okay, so yeah, you can select the multiplier, okay, to get the result you want. Yeah, so you can find different result here. Okay, so you also can choose set the number, and then you can see here already changed. Okay, and you also can modify the CKUT maybe by 7. Okay, but it's not solution for the 7 kHz because the IRRCO is 32 kHz. So divider only have the divide by 32, divide by 8, divide by 16, and divide by 128. So there is no suitable option. So when you it will give you the best solution to close to the 7 Hz. Then design you can just use the calculation to get a result. Okay. And this is the CSC function setting. And then here will be the clock source for each module. So if you want to have the better
power consumption in the sleep mode, then you can disable the clock source. But on the on mode, then you can you can select what you need. And also the start mode, you can with the RTC for the wake up or WDT for the wake up. Okay. Okay. So after that, you can type the project name you want. Okay. And you can select the location. Okay, and then you can generate the code successfully generate the, and then you go to the here is the new project, and the care project is stored in this area, this folder. Okay. Okay. So you want to uncheck the latest version because we already installed the latest version. Okay, so because as I mentioned, we need to use the 2.0.5 for the CoGen. Okay, so you just use the CoGen version. And to do the compiler, oh, maybe we can check first the CSC, the GPIO. Okay, so as you can see, this is POL 8 and PA 8 and PA 14. PA 8 and PA 14 has been checked. Okay, and PA 8 we set it to the I2C function, and we use the pull up. This is the open drain, and we enable the pull up. Okay, so it is match the CoGen setting. All right. So after that, you can add some other function like ADC, yeah, for example. Okay, this is the area that I mentioned if you want to reserve your code, then you can leave all the code within this area in the main.c. Okay, so after that we do the compiler. Okay, so here got the result is 0. Yeah, just like you see, if you regenerate the code, then you need to check again for the version of the package. Okay. All right. So I think this is the new tool to give you a brief introduction. So maybe you can practice by your own and then give us the feedback to see is there any problem.